The Israeli military has admitted killing a US-Turkish activist in the occupied West Bank. 26-year-old Aysenur Ezgi was shot in the head close to the town of Beita on Friday. She was taking part in a protest against the expansion of illegal Israeli settlements. In a statement, the US President Joe Biden said that he's outraged and deeply saddened with the fatal shooting of Ezgi is totally unacceptable. He goes on to say there must be full accountability and Israel must do more to ensure that incidents like this never happen again. Heidi Zhou-Castro is joining us from Washington, D.C. Did the president elaborate on what he meant by accountability and how to go about that?
Well, Doreen, Biden said that he would stay in full contact with Israel as it conducts its own investigation. We've heard that line before used when U.S. citizens have been killed by Israeli forces in Israel, in Palestinian territories. But Biden's statement today was the longest response he's had so far since Eygi was killed by Israeli forces 5 days ago as she was protesting in the occupied West Bank. Biden went on to say that Israel has acknowledged its responsibility for Eygi's death, and he called it a tragic error that he said was resulting from unnecessary escalation. Those similar sentiments echoed by Vice President Kamala Harris shortly afterwards, who called it a horrific tragedy. This is a bit of backtracking, though, for the Biden administration, who yesterday the president received quite a bit of pushback when he said that it was perhaps a bullet that ricocheted off the ground that killed the young American activist. Well, many witnesses have said that it seemed to be a direct hit to her head and that she had been targeted by an Israeli sniper. We heard strong statements from U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken as well on this a day ago, speaking in London. He said that Israel must change its rules of engagement in the occupied West Bank, and he said that Eygi was the second U.S. citizen to be killed by Israeli forces. Of course, the first being Shireen Abu Akleh, an Al Jazeera journalist who was killed back in 2022. The U.S. demanding accountability back then, still none to be had as of this day. Of course, the U.S. is issuing sanctions against settler extremists in the West Bank, but it has yet to take action as far as denying aid or any sort of sanctions against the Israeli military itself. It was said to be considering taking some actions like that back in April. That is still currently under consideration. Doreen.
All right, Heidi, thank you very much.
Make sure to subscribe to our channel to get the latest news from Al Jazeera.